Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes that she just recently launched. Now I got 2 out of the 4 palettes and I can't lie, I am obsessed. I can see why she calls it the Obsessions palette. Not only am I going to do a mini review on the palettes, but I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this look as well. And I'm obviously matching this look to my outfit right now. The blouse and the dupatta I got from a place called the Sari Room. I will leave everything that I talk about in the description below so that you guys can find it on your own. I've been really into wearing a lot of colors lately. I just feel like it adds this like extra oomph to your look. So I'm going to show you guys how to add a lot more color into your life too. Now before I begin talking about whatever I'm going to talk about, I just want to say please don't forget to subscribe. I will be putting out more videos like this, doing reviews and tutorials, so you don't want to miss out. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. I had to get rid of the dupatta because it's kind of in the way if I'm trying to swatch and things like that. And I'm just going to get right into the review so that this video doesn't end up being like 40-50 minutes long, because it easily can be. Back to the Obsessions palette. These are absolutely amazing and totally worth your money. I bought 2 out of the 4. I got the Smokey Obsessions and I got the Electric Obsessions. The reason I bought the Obsessions palette is because I feel like it has all your basic colors that you need for like a day to evening look. So I've already used and abused this palette, but it is a great combination of colors, as you can see. Now you have all your basics. The palette comes with 4 mattes, as you can see, and then 5 metallic colors. And of course, there's a reason they call it the Smokey Obsessions palette, because these are the perfect colors to create a smoky eye. If you're looking for a great palette to keep in your makeup kit to use on clients and things like that, I would definitely recommend this one. I get people asking me for like a brown and gold smoky all the time, and smoky eyes are just normally what people go for when you go do clients. So this ends up being perfect for that just because it's so compact, it doesn't take up much space in your kit, and it has all the necessary colors. I feel like she reformulated some of her eyeshadows and I'm really liking this formulation. The metallics are so creamy, so smooth, and they just go on like butter, and they give you so much pigment as well. These are some swatches of the metallic shadows, and this is with no primer at all, so you can see that they're super pigmented. There's also some really great transition shades in there too, so I think this could be a staple in anyone's makeup kit. Now the reason I got the Electric palette, as I mentioned before, is because I'm really into colors right now, and I just thought these colors were absolutely stunning. It has pretty much almost every color of the rainbow in there except for green, which I was kind of upset about. I wish that they included a green in there instead of like the extra purple or the extra blue. I just feel like it would have made this palette a little bit more complete. I think green is a very common color that people use when they are trying to add a pop of color, so I think adding the green would have just made this palette even better, but regardless, this palette is amazing. Again, the colors are super pigmented, very blendable. I absolutely love this formulation. I was especially super impressed with the yellow that's in this palette because I find yellow is a color that doesn't normally work well on my skin. Like anytime I put a yellow eyeshadow on, it doesn't show up properly. It doesn't give that full pigmentation like it does on other people. But this yellow actually just popped right on my skin, which I was super surprised and super impressed with. Here's the swatches of this palette. You can see that yellow actually really does pop on me. Normally yellow just doesn't show up. I'm absolutely living for this like teal color here. It's so stunning and it just goes on so pigmented. But honestly, just all the colors are so absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited to own a red eyeshadow too that shows up well on my skin. Red is a color that you don't normally see in palettes, so I'm happy it's in this one just because I would love to incorporate red into my everyday looks as well. Again, I think this is also a palette that's great to have in your kit just because some clients do ask you for a pop of color here and there, and it doesn't happen too often. So carrying around a big palette with like tons of colors is really useless, and it just takes up so much space in your kit. This pretty much has all the basic colors you need to add that pop of color, which is why I was a little bit disappointed that there's no green in there, because otherwise it would be perfect in that sense. But it's so great because it's so compact that when people do randomly ask you for that pop of color, you have a palette that covers you. Now I know I've already talked about the size a little bit, but just to go more in depth, I love how compact these are and how massive the mirror is and how big the eyeshadow pans are. For something so small, you get a lot of value out of it. And I know it may not seem like you're getting a lot of product just because it's so small, but these eyeshadow pans are the same size as the ones in her Rose Gold palette and her Desert Dust palette. I measured them. She mentioned it on her Instagram story, and I was like, no way that they're the same size, but they are. Like, I measured them, so that really took me by surprise too. I think she did an amazing job with these palettes, and I am highly debating going and getting the other two because I love these two so much. Anyways, that's just my mini review on these Obsession palettes. I definitely think they're worth the money. I'm gonna go ahead and do this tutorial so you guys can see how I achieved this eyeshadow look. I start off by using my Smokey Obsessions palette and a big fluffy blending brush to apply this brown into my crease and outer corner. Make sure this is very well blended and is slightly going up towards your brow bone. Next, using the Electric Obsessions palette, take a smaller blending brush and apply the dark blue shade into your crease and heavily in the outer V. Using the leftover product, use your brush slightly to blend the blue upwards from your crease. Then you're going to take the lighter blue shade and apply it all over your lid up until you get to that outer V. When you get to the outer V, use only the leftover product on your finger and lightly tap it on the dark blue so it looks like a gradual transition. Going back to the Smokey palette, take the champagne color in the bottom corner and highlight your brow bone while blending out any harsh lines in your crease. Next, using my Vasanti liquid liner in Cleopatra, I gave myself a nice bold wing liner. If you struggle doing wing liner with one hand like I do, lightly stretch your eyelid while applying the liner to create a more smooth and precise line. I would stretch my lid, but I'm using my other hand to hold a mirror, and trust me, the struggle is real. I then went in with my Marc Jacobs highliner in the shade Overnight and applied this to my waterline. I literally always make the ugliest faces when I'm applying things near my waterline. I don't know why. Using the electric palette one more time, I took a small flat precision brush and applied the hot pink shade right under my waterline. I blended it in slightly with my eyeliner too, just to ensure that there was a smooth transition. Then I went in and applied mascara to my lashes. You can use any mascara. I used the L'Oreal Telescopic one. Next, I went in with my Vasanti Kajal Waterline pencil and I aligned my upper lash line. You can use any black pencil for this, but I would suggest a waterproof one. Moving on to one of the biggest struggles of all time, putting on lashes. I used the Kiss lashes in Flirt, and I applied it as close to my lash line as possible. To ensure that it's close, I took my real lashes and the fake lashes and pinched the edges together. That's all there is to creating this beautiful blue and pink smoky eye. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the thumbs up button, and share this video with someone who will love it. Thanks for watching. Bye!